Yellow, everybody, and welcome back. I am Mr. 901 Tommy Jacks, and this is the Talking Tommy channel. I'm an official Maestro content for Looney Tunes World and Mayhem, and today we're doing our first look live at Warrior Princess She-Devil, aka Xena Devil. We're going to hop over to the first look live game screen. You're going to be able to see all the Jax Army in the chat live on Twitch as we go through this new tune. And let me know what you think about this tune and this Warrior team in the comments. But without further ado, let's go check out this old Warrior tune. All right, now I haven't had a chance to preview really any of this footage besides putting it together. So this is going to be kind of a learning experience for me for the first time. I haven't looked much at the tune, just kind of perused it a little bit. So there we go, Warrior Princess She-Devil. She is part of the new Warrior team. She is definitely their tanky gal. The design, I mean, I think the design's cool. I mean, it's a She-Devil, but you know, they gave her flowing hair and stuff. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I was kind of surprised there was no animation as well. Now, speaking of her moves and whatnot, first let's look at her stats. Let's go back. All right, so 77k for her power, not bad. Attack, not bad either. The defense and the health, my goodness. And you know, not horribly slow for a tank. That's about in line with what we've seen recently. So let's keep rolling and take a look at some of her stats here. Of course, she's Warrior team member, so she's gonna have the Warrior friendship skill. And now we're gonna get into her kit. So her basic, she's just got a basic and a special. The rest of everything else is passive, I do believe. But we're dealing damage to target enemy, gaining taunt with the basic. So I mean, yeah, 3,922 damage. Not too much to sneeze at there. Pretty good for a tank, I would think. And then we've got her special with a cooldown of 2, gain taunt and 3 defense up for 2 turns. And plus 10% max health up to plus 50% for the rest of the battle. Use this ability when the first ally falls below 25% max health. So there's some backup there. You've got 2 ways to gain taunt, and then a third built into the move so far, based on if somebody falls below 25% health. And let's be honest, that's exactly when you're going to want that to happen. I mean, if somebody's below 25%, you're going to want somebody to have taunt pretty quickly. So let's keep moving. That's Warrior's Will 5. And our next is going to be her first passive, Slobbering Taunt. The first time an ally is damaged while this tune has taunt, gain bravery. Now that's the gimmick around the Warrior team. While this tune has 1 or more bravery, its attacks cannot be dodged or countered. While this tune has 2 or more attacks of bravery, it has plus 50% silence resistance and plus 25% life steal. Now there's a little part down here that has 3 or more. I don't have the info on the 3 or more yet, but if I do, we'll update it. Somebody in chat, in the Jax Army chat, may pop up with it any second, but just the first part of that, my goodness. I mean, Double says, I guess Foghorn's going to be one that gives the Warrior team bravery. Otherwise, why bother with the +2 things? Correct. And that's been kind of a question that's been centering around this team. And really any team that's come out here recently, because they all have some sort of gimmick. Of course, my thing is, if everybody's got a gimmick, does anybody really have one? But that's besides the point. The bravery thing is the gimmick around this team, and a lot of people have been wondering, hey, how do we get that? You know, so we know that she can gain 1 bravery right here as part of this passive. And double, you're probably right. It's probably going to be Highlander Leghorn or Bravehorn, whatever they wind up calling him. Yeah, this is Pink Bunny. This is so good for aristocrats. I could have used them in the arena we were just doing live. That left me a little salty. All right, let's keep moving on. That was Slobbering Taunt. And then the next is going to be another passive. And that's what this tune, you know, really about. It's a lot of passive stuff here. So Daredevil 5, once per each of this tune's turns, whenever this tune gains taunt on another tune's turn, gain plus 25% defense and sure counter until the end of this tune's next turn. Whenever an enemy attacks this tune during this time, inflict them with 3 attack down for 2 turns. Now this is wordy as all get out. This is wordy as hell. But you can see how each thing kind of lends itself to another, because we just looked at the passive before this, Slobbering Taunt, that's going to cause She-Devil to get taunt when somebody falls below 25%, or rather the special attack. So there's a way that that can enact. There's a couple of ways that can kind of pop in there. Yeah, especially with all these tunes being on high end of max power too, they'll stick around for a while. I think so. Yeah, the Warrior team's going to be pretty strong, guys. I mean, we've got 3 out of the 4 members right now. You know, Angelus Maximus is already popping up in everything as far as arena and stuff like that. Roman Legion Sam's right there along with them. It's very interesting because this team is very, very strong. So this is Chris Kiss. Whenever a team member is damaged by a critical hit, grant them 3 defense up. While this tune remains in battle, team members have plus 100% critical damage defense, with warrior team members having double. My gosh. So, you know, yeah. I mean, at that point, good Lord. So you've just boosted, you've just boosted the entire team with that passive the minute somebody gets hit with a critical. That's super interesting because, you know, everybody's running crit arrows now. That's super interesting right there because that's going for the whole team. My goodness. What do you guys think about that one? Again, it was a little wordy, but 200% critical defense is nuts. Completely negates most special cube boost. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of on the cray-cray. Of course, while taunting, this tune has plus 25% defense and attack. That's Valiant Protector skill. But I mean, my goodness, we're not done yet. We've got another one. So another passive, Eye for an Eye. When the first ally falls below 50% max health, grant them hidden and stun the attacking enemy. If this tune lacks taunt, gain taunt. So there's another way to gain taunt on a different tune's turn. On top of that, not only do you have a skill where it's once a tune falls below 25%, but you've also got it falls below 50, and then she's gaining taunt again. She's a big old wall. That's what it is. And this bonus is addictive. So if you have special cube boost of 100 plus, oof, that's like 350 critical defense for warriors. Yeah. I mean, they always seem to come out with the next team that goes up and up, but good Lord. At this point, most teams are going to need reworks after this thing's done. I mean, it's kind of redonkulous. We're going to skip ahead here. Of course, it's got its advanced HP, defense, and attack, but we're going to skip ahead to the first battle here. All right, so here we go. We're going to take a look at take a look at it in action and see if we can find where... Okay, so we started with taunt and sure counter. So that's going to drop on her, of course. Bam. Counter. Defense up. Counter. Taunt. Defense up. All right, so there's the actual taunt. It looked like it healed people, but that could be because Foghorn had some passive that enacted. So there you go. Angelus just wiped the board pretty much. Gained hidden. I don't know why exactly. And then, I mean, most of this, if you take a look at this, most of this is her countering, right? Being a big wall, and everybody else doing mega damage. Now, you can't really take into account that Caesar Foghorn's there because that's a placeholder. But, I mean, that's what you want this team to do. And the dog's even chiming in on it. But that's what you want this team to do. You want this team, like, here's another battle here. You want them to stay away from your heavy hitters, right? It's cool that you've got a tank that also taunts. I mean, that also counters. Because that's, you know, that's like love right there. So there we go, and there's that. Taunt, defense up, defense up. And then, you know, help clear the board. Now, keep in mind, too, this is just like, most of this footage, not only is it early, but it's also, you know, if you're if you're a player that can really play the game, then most of the time their choices are gonna probably bother you. But it's really just to kind of see what you can see more so than anything else. And right now, what I'm seeing is that she's doing exactly what you want her to do. She's absorbing most of the damage. She's auto gained taunt based on the 25%. So now she's back again. Taunt. I mean, she's a big tank. It's not super sexy as far as, oh, her design's sexy, don't get me wrong, but it's not some let me wow you with a special animation tune. This is straight up, this is what this tune is for. It's what it's supposed to do, and it lets the rest of the team shine, in my opinion. That's what I think that particular tune, this Warrior Princess She-Devil, is pretty much about. Thanks again, Jack's Army, for joining me on that first look live. Usually we try to do a first look live the day that the sneak peek drops. So whenever a sneak peek drops, tune on in. Have your opinions known about the new tunes all across the interwebs. And if you enjoyed this video, then throw a like on this thing. It helps the channel out a lot. And if this is your first time here, hit that old subscribe button. And until next time, guys, stay loony. Build them warriors. Rise up, Jack's Army. And we're going to catch you down the road.